What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Ross the Boss coming at you with an all-new Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. We are slowly taking out rebels, and we are slowly continuing our war here on the Ottoman conquest of Gaza. My entire goal is to basically secure more and more Mamlukan lands, while also desperately trimming down their forces. Now, I do need to be aware that I am angering a lot of nations over on this end, and it looks like the Mamluks, 284%, so that means there's going to be about 3 wars that happen until they actually fall. Can we take over all of Karaman? We can. We've destroyed their forces. 54 aggressive expansion, but Karaman is one of them, but they no longer exist. I hope that wasn't the entire war. Nope, and it was not. So, was hoping that wasn't the main goal. Okay, what else can we do? Let's clear this offer and just see what it would look like. Karaman no longer exists. I want to do something like this. 107 aggressive expansion. Tunisia would actually be upset. So let's send a diplomat to Nogai and Tunisia. Well, we could... Obviously, if this war went on for another year, Tunisia wouldn't even matter. But Nogai, Oman... Yeah, all of these countries are going to hate me, but Persia, they're all fairly weak. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Kwanlu separatists very, very soon. We might need to send over some units. But I guess in the meantime, let's improve relations with Tunisia. Only because we don't really want them being dragged in here. And what about Nogai, all the way up here? Let's improve relations with you. Syria should be ours sometime soon. Let's take out the rest of the Mamlukan Navy. They currently have about 15 ships in total. I would like all of them. I hope we could steal some. About to unlock better military technology, but I think we'll hold off instead and try to get military traditions. We need about 400 more military military power to finally unlock military traditions. We are getting kind of close to local traditions as well. And we are getting closer and closer to our ally of Ethiopia. I wonder if they'll attack the Mamluks. Do they have any truces? Yeah, the Mamluks are going to be very, very weak. Especially now that we've destroyed their entire military. And they will have a truce. Ethiopia will gobble them up. And we might be able to take over all of the Hejaz. And I don't know if that'll happen. I was hoping to do it in one big swoop. Losing income now. Urmia has now had an uprising. We have some troops here up in the north that need to be taken care of. Let's send all of you to Crimea. Hopefully we arrive in time, but it doesn't look like we will. I think I am going to unlock local traditions for now. No, I'm not. I'm going to save my administrative power, because I will need a decor. The clergy believe they are entitled to more lands, and they are most likely correct. I will give you this 12 development province. And now it has gone away. Clearing out rebels day by day. %71% war score. Completing our mission, giving 5 prestige and 25 diplomatic power. Let's unlock... I don't think I'm going to get a general. Well, yeah, I need one. A 3-1, not bad. Looks like we weren't going to run into any trouble here. Okay, all is going according to plan. We have another mission we can select. I believe we're going to try to accumulate money. This will give us prestige. Definitely not going to conquer either of these, so we'll try to accumulate money. Also, let's take a look at Crimea. Placate local rulers once. Now at 55. Placate again, again, and again. Down to 67%. Going from rebellious to disloyal. Looking at the religious map mode, they are making meaningful strides. Just not nearly as quick as I would like. Let's see if we can end this war. I don't really want to be in a war with a doll, but nothing's going to happen. So now, let us go into the Mamluks. And it looks like they have negative 71 reasons to accept. I might need to siege down some of their provinces, though I just don't want to. Do we have military access from Ethiopia? We do not. So let us ask for some. If we siege down these... Let's siege down their capital first. Sending this unit over. We should have 18,000 troops somewhere. Don't really expect any other uprisings. I think what I will do is unlock local traditions. I know I said I wasn't, but now we get more national tax modifier. A lot of these rebels won't spawn nearly as quickly, which is good news. We are still expecting to have our annexation complete in March of 1524. Looks like it went back a year. Kaffa about to become ours as well. We are sieging down the capital. These 18,000 troops can remove the 12,000 Adalian troops. And Aswan. We have 73,000 manpower, which is amazing. And their capital should fall very, very soon. The walls have already been blown asunder. Exceptional year. I will gain the benefits over time, because national tax modifier plus 50% should be very nice. I don't really need the money now. Am I able to milk any of these estates? I can ask for contribution, giving me a surplus of income. I can demand administrative support, but not just yet. Let's seek support of the clergy, losing legitimacy, which is kind of sad. We need to gain influence now. From the clergy, we will grant them this province. We need 40% influence. We'll grant them a few provinces. One more, and Moosh. We now have enough to now recruit a theologian. Go for a demand administrative support. Call a diet in the Umera. Can we demand military support? Not until 1526, 4 more years. They have 11,000 Mamlukian troops. Also, you need some sort of general. A 1-2-3 isn't bad, but it could be better. A doll should fall very shortly. And maybe when their capital falls, they might want to surrender. And it looks like we have far superior discipline, morale, and tactics. We didn't actually wipe out their units, but we came close. Are we able to finally get what we want? Negative 29 reasons. You would think it would go more quickly, but I guess not. Can I improve? Looks like the Timurids are being destroyed by Molten. Who is Molten? Malwa. That's very odd. I don't know where... here we are. Molten and Malwa. This province. Well, let's improve relations with you. Well, I don't know. Maybe the Timurids will be so weak they won't want to join in. taking out the Mamluks. We have 99% war score. Once we destroy their main forces, we obviously have won. Okay, everything going according to plan. I still can't make them a vassal. I could make Adal a protectorate, but I don't believe I will. And I am going to take all of their money, which I cannot because I am taking too much. 66 ducats, taking all of this land. A lot of provinces and countries will hate me, but that is expected. And just like that, we have gained a surplus of new territories, also gaining a massive sea province, which we no longer need to fight tooth and nail for. You are going to move to Alexandria. Our troops in Adal will make their way back up. We should have troops elsewhere. Do we have that theologian still? And we might want our missionary strength. Looks like we are tolerant of other religions. Part of me wants to go ahead and utilize our theologian, but ooh, we're gonna see some uprisings. Okay, we are about 2 years out until we finally unlock our vassal, or we annex him. We have the Saint Catherine of the Wheel and the Monastery of Saint Anthony. At the foot of the holy Mount Sinai, where Moses received the 10 Commandments, stands a monastery dedicated to Saint Catherine of Alexandria. Catherine was a devoted student and follower of Christ. When the Roman Emperor Maximidius began persecuting Christians, the brave young maiden reproached him for his cruelty. The emperor gathered 50 of his best philosophers and orators to debate with her, but wise Catherine won. Even though she was subsequently imprisoned and tortured, Maximidius failed yet again, and many of his closest subjects were converted by Catherine's eloquence and piousness. In his fury, the emperor sentenced Catherine to death on a breaking wheel, but it shattered at her touch. In the end, she was beheaded, although her martyrdom was helped spread the light of Christ to many godless hearts. So we now have a variety of provinces with more missionary strength, and we are gaining some prestige. The Monastery of St. Anthony, and it looks like we have more missionary strength and more prestige. Deep in the Red Sea Mountains in a hidden oasis lies one of our most sacred places, the Monastery of St. Anthony. Built by Anthony's followers in the 4th century, the Christian monastery is one of the oldest in the world. St. Anthony, foremost of the Desert Fathers, is known as the father of monks. He ventured into the desert where he spent many years as a hermit, his life dedicated to God. During the Great Persecution, he went back to civilization to comfort the imprisoned, risking his life for his fellow Christians. At the end of his life, he settled by the oasis where the great monastery stands today. Thousands of pilgrims follow in Anthony's footsteps each year, and now that Osue is under our protection, we can ensure that they reach their destination safely. Okay, let's fabricate all of our new cores. Surprised we haven't done that already. Our Umera believe they are entitled to new lands. Let's grant them some. Looking at our trade map mode, we do own Baghdad, but no estate can be created because we have 30 states right now. Can Tabriz be controlled by the Burghers? What about Shirvan? Let's give you to the Burghers. 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 Everybody is doing their job, which is exactly what we want to see. Let us begin our annexation of Crimea. Can we do that just yet? They're going to be a ways away. Actually, placate local rulers once, placate them twice. Let us send a diplomat all the way over to Crimea and just basically get our relations up. They're probably still upset that we revoked their march. But everything will be mine soon enough. I might even need to take over Crimea. Or better yet, Georgia. I'm a little worried about Persia, though, sadly enough. Baluchistan. has negative 43 relations penalty. And even down in India, we're seeing some issues. So I guess what we'll probably do... this might be dangerous, but I might take over all of Serbia by vassalization. We're growing a little bit too powerful for my own liking. We'll see exactly what happens soon enough. Janissary reward. Demanding higher pay, the Janissaries revolted in 1449. They had now become so powerful that from 1451 onwards, every new sultan felt obligated to pay each Janissary a reward. We could raise his pay or refuse such blackmail. Obviously, better reward is our best goal. And it looks like we have Rise of a Pretender. Our heir has come of age. Do we have a new heir? Because I currently hate ours, and he is a naive enthusiast. A lot of cores have finished up. That was very, very fast. I wasn't thinking it would be nearly that quickly. Sending you to Oltenia. Syria should be mine in... Because we lack diplomatic power, it's not actually making any progress. Let's recall this diplomat. And I guess might as well start fabricating claims on Serbia. Building up our spy network as much as we can. We'll probably need 20, 45, 75... 75 spy network to take 3 provinces, and we'll probably go with these 3, because obviously 19 development, we want a discount here. Sinai, improve our missionary strength as well. That should remove Halai down to 72. And as soon as this is complete, we'll send over a missionary. The expansion of the royal bureaucracy was probably the greatest of the Ottoman sultans, called Kunuai, lawgiver. He was unsurpassed administrator who realized that the power of the provincial beys had to be curbed by a strong central government. Thus, he struggled to promote a powerful royal bureaucracy, which was not popular in all camps. We could remove a stability, but... until our death, we could gain a reduction in technology cost and idea cost. We literally just got a king. I want him dead, but I think we're going to lose our stability now. Yeah, seems like a really good price to pay. All technology is reduced and idea cost. What about limited reforms? Or we could just gain a stability. I mean, this is literally... free. We could boost it now and technically gain 205 administrative power, which I think we'll do. And now having positive 3 stability seems like our best bet. No mission selected. We could protect against Austria or incorporate Syria into our country. We are about to incorporate Syria, but protecting against Austria seems like a laudable goal. We need 74,000 troops, so obviously they have more troops than we do, because they are the Holy Roman Emperor. Let's convert more of our provinces. It looks like we have a brand new heir, which is exactly what we want. A 466. Freaking amazing. This is a 16 skill leader, and even our queen is very powerful as well. Let's start in... Hilla is a religious center. You need to become mine. And we want Arabil, a religious seat of strong aristocrats. Where is that? Ardabil. All the way up here. Ah, it's the family of our spouse. That is why everybody is so upset. But if we could somehow take over Hilla, this religious center will now be Coptic, and that's exactly what we want to see. For the time being, let's try to get some money back. Let's mothball our forts for the time being. We really should have a fort here in Cairo. So that way they really can't go past us. But we don't own Cairo, which is sad news as well. It looks like Malwa is slowly chipping away at the Timurids. Maybe I'll improve relations with you, because we obviously have a lot of aggressive expansion. Oman is in a war with Hejaz. Ethiopia not in a war. Though maybe they should be. Let's convert more provinces. And very soon we are going to have to put a cut in here. It looks like Hungary has insulted us, but I'm assuming that's because we took their province. It only had 8 development. But, you know, I wonder what else we're going to do. We could declare war on Hungary, release some provinces like Croatia, and maybe even Transylvania. Or better yet, we'll probably release Croatia, proclaim a guarantee on their independence, and maybe start chipping away some of the cost of, you know, annexing Hungary now. Mamlukan separatists are about to rise up. We are 21 minutes into the episode, so we have, obviously, too much time has passed by. Let's move these 18,000 troops to Mosul. Ming has internal conflicts. Not really sure who Ming is. But obviously that was a joke, because Ming should implode, but we don't have any, you know, vision of their provinces. Nobles demand old rights. Looks like we're going to get this once again. I don't want to lose the stability, so we're going to have monthly autonomy change for some time. We should finally be able to call our military 1526. I thought it was 1524. And it looks like it's 1524, and now we won't actually get our annexation until July of 1525. Trust your neighbor, gaining 50 administrative power. Let's send somebody to Rosetta. Maybe we could spawn up this rebellion fairly soon. And after I take out this rebellion, I'll most likely end the episode. Crimea needs to be annexed. Let's placate local... we cannot. Damietta is now mine. Ooh, we need to send in troops. I hope we don't get wiped out. There were a lot of troops there. But we can always retreat if needed. 27th of July. Everybody's arrived. Everybody's having a good time. And we have won. These 8.6 thousand need to move here. You all need to move to here. And I believe we are going to finally go ahead and put a cut in this episode after we finally get our very first claim. Base speed of 1.5. Here we are. Let us throw a claim down on their capital, Branishevo. I know I keep saying I'm about to end it, but now I finally mean it. Let's take over the Suez. And thank you all so much for joining me. It really does mean a lot. I hope you all have an awesome day, and I will see you in our next adventure.